So here we are, part 1 of my planned 3-part series. Our first Spielberg of BioTube is Lesarax, also known as ToaHero Studios. Two of the most original names I have ever heard in this community. A unique and memorable name like ToaHero, combined with studios, making you sound very professional. First off, a quick overlook. Who is Lesarax Dragon and what do they do? Well, Lesarax is a person from the exotic, beautiful, free and prosper country of Malaysia, where everyone can have a chance. And she took her chance and ran with it. But, yeah, did I mention Lesarax is a chick? Well, now I did. What do I mean when I say she took her chance and ran with it? Well, if you pay attention to her online activities as a content creator, she is a jack of all trades in the field of arts. She can draw, write stories, animate with both stop motion and digitally, voice act, and is also working on a soundtrack for her motion picture project. There is nothing her talented self cannot do, so let's move on and look at her many grand talents one by one. First off, let's dive into the realm of digital drawings, or more specifically, her DeviantArt gallery. Now some of you may be so undereducated to say this person is a tartlet, but actually, she has mastered the art of perspective so that almost every image could be described as a clone of the previous one, even if they are many years apart. They'll still look like they were drawn on the very same day. The character designs stay consistent from drawing to drawing, and so do the designs and poses of these very original characters. Almost as if she has some sort of base she draws over or changes up with the bucket tool in MS Paint to fit her characters. Now this must be a hard-learned skill she had to train for. And if you don't believe me when I say her art has stayed this consistent for a long time, then I must inform you that the art I've presented to you scrolling in the background had been the collected works of 2 years of tartary. Talk about staying true to your style. Or having people defend your bullshit art style whenever critiqued, and then getting your ass pampered by white knight idiots. No, that's just silly. And since we're here to talk about Bionicle-related stuff, we ought to look at her drawings focusing on our beloved bonkles. And as we can see here, this is true innovativity to G2's lore, who knew that the Toa were their creatures all along, and the inhabitants of Okoto were actually all lizard people. This is deep lore mixed with proof that, if you try hard enough, you can make everything about dragons, because anime dragons are A, awesome, and B, much easier to draw than these heavily detailed and uniquely designed masks. Look at how easily distinguishable these characters are from their silhouette alone. Oh, sorry, this was the image I was talking about. Whoopsie. But now, let us move on from the still immobile image and her ingenious designs of characters to make them easily indistinguishable from each other, and look how well she does at the art of bringing pictures to life. Now I've already... What was that? No, I'm sure I said easily distinguishable. You must be hearing things. Anyway, once again, I've already shown you a bit of her animation in the last episode and before this title sequence, but those were just tiny snippets I edited down. So let's watch a full video, uncut and untouched by me. Fleischer Brothers, eat your heart out. Now you can tell this person is one of the people who make their hobby their passion. This was not amateurish, but avant-garde. She doesn't need all these unnecessary transitionary frames that she practices with, when you can easily just rely on a handful of frames made cinematic with a lot of dramatic panning and pausing. And it's all held together by the background audio, a somber cover of the Linkin Park classic. Which makes you understand the situation fully, while you become more immersed as the song's emotions describe how this cinematic masterpiece makes you feel. Most of her digital animation efforts go into so-called memes, short animations of her characters set to popular music, which I will show you one of simply to demonstrate her full potential. Now you may ask me, what is this edge bullshit, Chelsea? Did the 12-year-old think this would be cool and meaningful or some shit? And I say, you are completely missing the point. Because A, you wouldn't understand this advanced form of art, and B, it's just a meme, lol. And since I said she also did stop-motion animation, let's take a gander at that too, for a fair comparison. Here's a bunch of examples of her work, with the focus being on the ones that have a lot of action and less dialogue, to highlight her animation skills. There really is great attention to detail in these body movements, and I love the subtle nod to Hong Kong vampire films, with the legs just scooting along as the characters walk motionlessly. These are the kinds of references that show high class and good taste. But what is good animation without a good story? Luckily, Lesarax has used her skills as an author to tell us the story of her Bionicle G2-based world, writing quite some stories, most of which are on Wattpad. But here's one I found on DeviantArt as a little sample. The entire first chapter of her story, Daughter of Uniter of Jungle. In the region of Jungle, all jungle Okoten busy they job. Their one child Okoten, picking some fruit at the tree, but the tree stick is almost broken and the child is started to fall. Ah! Help! Please, someone help my son. There are flying person with a creature on the back. I caught you, boy, said Liwa with Unity Mask of Jungle and his creature, Uxa creature of Jungle. Liwa Uniter, you save me, the child said at Liwa. "Hold on, child, we are almost there," said Lewa. Lewa put Childo coat and jungle down. "Mummy," child said. "Junior, I glad you safe. Thank you, Toa, for saving my son," she said to Lewa. "You're welcome, miss. I better go now. Come, Uxar, let's go." Lewa fly away to the sky. In night time, Lewa and Uxar watched the star. Lewa said, "Uxar, do you think I need children like them?" Said Lewa. Uxar look at Lewa and shake his head up and down. "Maybe it's fun to have one, right, Uxar?" said Lewa. Both of them saw something fall from the sky. "Uxar, you see this?" said Lewa to Uxar. Uxar look at the sky. They go to jungle to see what happened. "What is that, Uxar?" Lewa and Uxar watch some fall canister. They walk, thought the canister to see something what inside, and the canister open itself. They shocked. "That was close," said Lewa. They hear the cry and they walk there to see. There just a baby was cry. "Well, what do you know, Uxar? Is a girl, a baby girl," said Lewa. "Let's take care of her butt first. We need to take this to Ikimu first. He knows something about this child, but it's late night. We such go to see Ikimu tomorrow morning. Let's go home, Uxar. Tomorrow we can go to see Ikimu about this girl." End chapter 1. Wow. One thing that I find admirable about Malaysia is how much of an impact the English language has left on the people there. That they are still able to communicate in English like it's their native tongue, years after they stopped being a colony. Her writing truly is worthy of being made into an animated series or a full feature-length animation. This may be the only chapter after the prologue to be found on her DeviantArt, but maybe her Wattpad offers more for my thirst for conclusion. Oh, wait, it doesn't. Not disappointing to see the story is lost in purgatory without conclusion. But now for her great, thrilling, eventually maybe finished stories based of G2 to be animated and put in front of a viewing audience. We need one more thing. These amazing lines will have to be read, and luckily, she also is the one for that job. Because, since this is the BioTube community, she's of course also a voice actress. This fandom just brims with voice talents. Man oh man. But I should talk about that on another occasion, maybe. Let's just roll some nice demos of her voice acting.
Torn is now ours, and now is told. Let us have them all, damn it, torn. Ha 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 ha. And Zeratan is master when the Matoran will become ours. And let them go, and let them have it. And we can have them all, and we will get them all. I meant to my friend, it's simply I will conquer whatever I will. The Shadow Legion will drain the Matoran, and there's no way to defeat us all.
We have survived. 2 men and Matoran. We must save them before the Carter Nui will explode. And the Great Spirit is counting us, and Mata Nui is counting us all. We will survive. If we survive, the Matoran will save us. And the Matoran is our ally, and we combine them, and we save them all. And we'll try to our best. We have no idea. The Matoran is our ally, and we need to count on him. And we counting on them as wise we were. We must save them. Work together as a team, and we will, to help them all. And there's nothing we can do. We are the ToaHero.
Not much for me, Oliva. And I can't tell why, and I can't tell why. It's because you got this black armor. Why? It's because Lesarax gave me this black armor because I don't know why. And I don't know. Because she doesn't care about my color scheme. Well, you better take this part because Lego decided to change your color scheme into orange and maybe not really fit on you. Well, it turns out I can't tell why that is really fit for you for now. Thanks, Batu. You know what? I think you're right. Even my color scheme was actually fit, but I think you're right. I think I will feel better with this color. Maybe Lego will make me my new logo on my next year. I think I should agree with you. I think I will stay in this new black armor forever and everything I want.
I am left speechless. Such a vocal range, and how much character is put into each character. And the slurring? I bet that's that new trend of intentionally slurring your dialogue. If TSO1's voice actors use it, then it must be a popular technique. And now, before I end this with my last few thoughts, you're probably yearning to hear about her musical skills, but I found nothing. I browsed all her linked social media, and this image and post, as well as its copy-pasted G+ counterpart, are the only mention of her wanting to make a soundtrack for something, from which I can gather what she means. On her channel there are several videos titled as themes of characters or part of soundtracks for her various stories that have gone unfinished or even unstarted. And these are usually just edgy pop rock music with images of her art overlaid. I'm calling she's not even gonna manage to make her only 20 tracks without ending up resorting to Cryoshell or Skillet. I've been working on a bit of music myself out of sheer boredom, and it takes some time to get exactly that sound you want. And that just may be me lacking any prior knowledge in music or off music theory, but it's tough. And using my prior knowledge of everything I've seen in my research, she ain't gonna finish 1.5 tracks before getting bored and making a new story with her dragon bonkles. So let me get to the conclusion. One of the whole 2 stories you saw on her Wattpad was 3 of Destiny. So here I have the animated sneak peek for what seemingly ended up just being written down.
Mass of creation, which Toa and which golden mass and which Toa will go to find the secret of the crystal of power. I think the master creation has already been found. The one will go to find the secret of the crystal of power.
This is by far the most cinematic and story-driven thing she's done. And I mean that without my sarcastic tone. This is the only thing where she actually takes one of her stories and does something with it. This reminds me of a friend's friend who was working on a dating sim about the arts. But instead of working on the fucking dating sim, she preferred making shitty memes about her under-established characters. And Lesarax does the exact same. Teaser here, write a prologue there, but barely, if ever, finish anything. And you'll hear this a lot in the next videos, I'll guarantee you that. And that's my thoughts about her big animation project for Generation Beyond and or Creature Chronicler. They'll end up about where 3 of Destiny and Daughter of Uniter of Jungle are now. Teased, dead and forgotten, buried under tens of images that all have the same perspective and character design and are just palette swaps of each other. And before anyone here gets on my ass about attacking a small channel of a child with a lot of imagination, I'll inform you of this, Mr. Hypothetical Strawman. I'm simply documenting this to show off how full of itself this community is, with some examples. And this is one prime example. All of her art is the same childish shit. Her videos are nothing but still images and edgy music, lol random memes, or her mediocre mocks. And would you look at this? 2K subs. Small channel. Not compared to me with my 220 something, more than 3/4 of which are dead weight. They don't watch my shit. Sorry. By no means is this some unknown kid. Not one compared to me, the guy who is only known in tiny circles for talking about Toa Lime that one time and imitating Venom. And I've done my homework. I've dug deep into her content and extracted the necessary info about her, like the fact that she is 18 years old. Rewatch this video knowing she is, and you'll come to realize there must be at least some minor case of the tism involved. Now what can I conclude with? I don't know. I can't really say anything positive about her because she doesn't finish her project or even tries to improve herself, and she seems to be content with it. On the other hand, critiquing her will do nothing, and you'd probably just get a bunch of white knights on your ass, and she'll get more affirmation that her stuff is apparently acceptable as good content. So I'm not gonna tell you to go and tell her that her stuff sucks, because it won't do shit. She's too autistic to even understand that, or to improve. Don't be assholes towards her or anything, because nothing will come of it, except maybe that some lolcow will try to start a war with me, which will just result in some mediocre banter, and that's all. Then again, I can't actually tell you what to do, so fuck that. You're free to do whatever you want as a free person. Oh, I guess that does it for the first episode. Don't worry, I'm not gonna be this sarcastic for the rest of the series, but believe me, I still have my fun writing the episodes. I will. It doesn't mean I won't listen to what you guys, my 30-something viewers, have to say, so feel free to give me some feedback, because I'll be willing to actually look into it. I want these next 2 parts to be as pleasant to watch as I can make them for you. Now then, in the next episode, we'll be tackling a 3D animator with big dreams of going on the air. Maybe.
Your mind. It is the center of your life. It is everything.